Gonzalo Serrano Molinero here.
It's perfect pronunciation.
Thank you very much. My Spanish is muy bieno. Muy bien, bonbon. Very good, that means. And Mengucci on Spirits here. He's playing the Noble Hierarch / Ether Vial / Cavern of Souls deck. And up against the opposing Noble Hierarch / Cavern of Souls / Ether Vial deck is Miguel Ruiz Diaz on Humans. Which one out of these two aggro decks do you like, Raph?
So for the little story, Andrea had been playing Humans for most of the modern seasons, for most of the last modern seasons. Even at GP Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, he was on Humans.
Yeah.
And after a tournament, he said, "No, I can't play that deck anymore. It's just too bad." So and he switched to Spirits. So he probably was convinced by Jeremy Desani and the others who were on Spirits that it was the better deck.
Thalia, the Guardian of Thraben, not doing a whole lot, although does contest those opposing collected companies very nicely. And a Meddling Mage in the form of Chris Bakula now coming down as well. Not sure exactly what the Meddling Mage is naming. I'm sure we'll find out in due course. Excuse me. Mengucci lacking a second land, but very Ether Vial rich, it has to be said.
I think missing the land is actually pretty good here.
It's actually fine, right?
Yeah, you have six or seven active cards that you can play for free. And you have two mana with Noble Hierarch and the Sanctum. So you have more than enough.
Yes.
That's the power of Ether Vial.
Yes, kind of cheating on mana there. And we see now Supreme Phantom come down. Kotzel Freebooter comes into play on the side of Miguel Ruiz Diaz. He also has a couple of Ether Vials to chuck around, and we're going to see a Path to Exile get eaten up by that Kotzel Freebooter. It doesn't matter, probably wasn't being cast anytime soon.
Yeah, this is not the part of the human deck you want to beat Spirits. You want to go bigger.
Yeah, you want the Mantis Riders and the Thalia's Lieutenants.
Because if you leave the Spirits lingering for too long, they're going to get much bigger than the humans.
A deft touch, Ref.
And they fly.
They do. They do indeed. Take to the skies, of course. All good spirits do that, as we know. Everyone from Casper the Friendly Ghost to Gengar the slightly... I guess Gengar can't fly. That's weird. When Haunter evolves to Gengar...
I don't know who Gengar is.
Gengar's Pokemon, man!
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I don't know who Gengar is.
Grandpa.
Yeah, Pokemon's not my time.
But the thing is, like, people who played Pokemon Red and Blue are now at a point where there are people under us who are like kids these days, you know? In any case, Meddling Mage gets in for a bit of damage here. And is Mengucci going to block? I think it's a very bad idea.
It's being backed up by Reflector Mage.
Oh, I'm being told now that apparently in the Pokemon canon, Gengar can indeed fly. So that makes a lot of sense. Just gets those little stumpy legs.
But there are spirits that don't fly in Magic. A lot of them.
Oh, all the ones from like Kamigawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
There are actually a lot of them that don't fly.
Yeah. Maybe that's the next evolution of the Spirits deck. No flying spirits. Here is a Phantasmal Image going to copy that Supreme Phantom, but a Reflector Mage is going to remove the Phantasmal Image from play, and so now we just see them bounce off each other. Turns out Chris Bakula not afraid of ghosts, and as a result...
Like the Beatles said.
Yeah? What did they say?
Who's afraid?
Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down my spine. A classic Beatles banger.
Yeah.
So now, Mengucci with the Ether Vial on 3. That's going to be critical because, of course, it means Drogskull Captain can come down instant speed. That's huge. Not only pumping up the team, but also, of course, giving them hexproof, and that's a huge game.
Maybe he could have waited to place Phantasmal Image to have it hexproof.
Yes. Yeah. Well, when I first saw the Phantasmal Image, I thought that is going to be another Drogskull Captain for sure.
I mean,
get two of them online there.
The 2 damage from the Meddling Mage are not really... You don't have to block it. You can't go down to 18 and protect your Phantasmal Image on the following turn.
Mengucci, still without a second land. Doesn't want it, doesn't need it. Here's Athalia's Lieutenant now for Ruiz Diaz.
All right,
Sure.
that's where you want to be.
Yeah, going big, right?
You want to go big.
Yeah. Go big or go home?
Or go bigger.
Or go homer?
Go bigger.
So there's going to be a big attack now for Ruiz Diaz. Sends with a team. Although, looks like we have... oh, no. All right. Meddling Mage going to get in there as well. Now, of course, we know that Mengucci is going to have to respond to this. There has to be a response. But he's going to take his time about it. Of course, with a double Ether Vial, Mengucci will have the chance to, make a statement. He'll have something to say about this attack. And of course, such a terrible assault cannot go unanswered.
The humans are just heading into a wall here, I believe.
So a block with the Supreme Fan. Interesting that there's we're not going to see a creature flashed in before blocks here.
I think he's playing around another mage.
I suppose, yeah. Ruiz Diaz also has Ether Vials of his own there. So it's no joke. And now, Reflector Mage removes the Meddling Mage, and I would say that this is Mengucci's attempt to open up that path to exile, which was named by Meddling Mage, that is currently hiding out under the copy of old mate Kitesail Freebooter here, but a phantasmal image now.
Oh wow!
To copy Thali's Lieutenant. Ooh, and piling on the damage here. Youch.
Yeah, Andrea cannot respond with Pass to Exile.
No.
I think the question is now whether Miguel gave enough time to Andrea to respond to the activation.
It was a quick activation for sure. I mean, it's not inconceivable that Mengucci could have had a response to the Ether Vial being activated. This is a tricky spot. Yeah. This is a very tricky spot.
Because he also knows that he has a Meddling Mage in hand. So he may have wanted to play the Pass to Exile just to play around the Meddling Mage.
And the interesting thing about this situation is both players have access to information, right? Ruiz Diaz knows that Mengucci has the Path to Exile in hand.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. He revealed two copies of it to the
to the freebooter. Yeah, sorry.
So this is a very interesting situation where. Well, let's have a listen to the players.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I explained.
In my opinion, I didn't say anything. If you saw something that made you that I said something that it was not possible because
I believe he used it pretty fast.
Yep.
But I think what is possible also is that Andrea realized that was too late. It didn't realize it was too late, but it was. It's not exact. Let's see.
It's very unclear.
It's very unclear.
Yeah. This is one of the most subjective situations like this that I think I've ever seen.
As in, it's hard to stop someone from activating an Ether Vial.
Yes, indeed.
That's why I'm saying Andrea waited a little too. It didn't wait at all. That was very fast.
It's a highly subjective situation, and we may be able to jump over to one of the other tables here while this judge call is in progress, because this is not the high quality viewing that we are hoping for here. See exactly how things go, but yeah, situations like this very, very difficult to piece together. Very difficult to figure out exactly what the sort of the best way to deal with it is. So we're going to jump over now to Javier Dominguez and Adrian Alvarez Vega. We'll give you an update as to what happens on that table once the judge call is concluded. But right now, is it Phoenix playing against KCI? Oi! And let's have a look at how things are going to go between these two players. Looks like Alvarez Vega has the KCI online, and that's a good sign for him, Raph.
And he has 2 mana in the pool, and the tap that Javier. Yeah, this game should be good for KCI. And 1, 1 green mana. It's a lot of cards in hand, and most of them are lands. Is that what's the second card? Is that Nishsa, Spine of Ishsa?
Spine of Ishtar perhaps in hand there. Didn't get a good look at it. But a bit of a stinker, yes. Look at that hand. Ugh. Looks a lot more like a foot at this stage from Alvarez Vega.
So 3/4.
And another
wow.
KCI. So, wow. Yeah, that
That's
is...
the turn in 2 lands.
Jeez, that is terrible.
Wow.
That is just awful. Discards 2 lands. Grover the Burnwillows, Yavimaya Coast.
And there's a lightning bolt and...
Yeah, what an absolute stinker here for... Dominguez got this one.
Yeah,
He's got it.
I thought Adrian had it, but no, his hand was
It's
just
so
only lands.
It's so unlikely to see a player have 500,000 cards in hand, KCI active, and still not be able to get there, especially with that mana available. But lightning and he concedes at the speed of sound. Adrian Alvarez Vega, a rough beating for him. That is a bitter pill to swallow. I mean, sometimes you just roll the natural one, shoot yourself in the foot with your crossbow, and your cleric's not there to patch you up. That's just the way that she goes sometimes. And Javier Dominguez, look at his face. He's just like, well, had it. Never didn't have it, apparently. And he can't believe that he's won it there. So, looks like we are on mono shuffle cam at the moment while the appeal is taken to the head judge in the situation of Mangucci and his opponent, Miguel Ruiz-Diaz. Carvalho going down in game number 1 against Gonzalo Serrano Molinero there on a white-blue control beating out Harden's Scales. What do you think of that matchup in the blind?
Scales against Control?
Yeah.
I would say Control is a little ahead.
Do you think so?
I believe so.
Just the sweepers, right? The quality of the sweepers.
Terminus is good.
It just wrecks them, yeah. That's
Yeah.
true. And then there's, even a Supreme Verdict Settle the Wreckage can still be very good as well. But yeah, all right, I can see that. It's just, the Scales deck is capable of just some of the most busto starts, right?
Yeah.
They go turn 1 Scales, turn 2 bloody anything at all, and they're off to the races, leaving you in
and
the
they
dust.
go under the blue-white Control.
Yeah.
Like, you can pass to exile a couple cards,
Mm-hmm.
but then if you path a Ravager, doesn't do much.
No.
If you path a Hangerback Walker, well, the Ravager is in play.
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
do much.
Ravager just wrecks them, right? Yeah.
But also, Stony Silence is pretty good.
That's true. Yeah, I think things only get better as well now for Serrano Molinero post-board, bring in Stony Silences. Maybe other ways to contest the graveyard.
So what happened in the Mengucci game? I think
looks like players
they're back
continuing.
they're back. I'm pretty sure he was allowed to play his pass to exile.
Yes, I guess that would be my guess as well. But again, I'm not a trained expert, and it looks like yes, indeed, the path to exile has been cast. Yeah, it was a very swift resolution of the Ether Vial activation there, and given the fact that Ruiz-Diaz knew what was in Mengucci's hand, I think it would be unreasonable to be able to shortcut through that, knowing that he had the interaction. Anyway,
yes.
As the Beatles said, life goes on.
1972.
Yeah, that classic from, the album that had it on it. Man, my knowledge of the Beatles is very, very minimal, I have to say.
Well, you have to know you're a classic.
I just like they did that cover of all the Weezer tracks when they released the White Album. That was good. I like Weezer's White Album a bit more than the Beatles' White Album, though. So, Thales Lieutenant joined by Meddling Mage. And back to Mengucci now, who still doesn't have a second land. Oh, he's finally found one. But these two Ether Vials are just doing so much work. How much mana has he generated, virtual mana has he generated with these Ether Vials? Oh, activating them both at the same time. Double Drog Skull at the same time as well. Oh, mate. No, he's the one who's not giving his opponent much of a chance to respond to the Ether Vials.
Wait, his opponent does not have cards in hand, so...
So, yeah, it's a totally reasonable thing to do in this situation. And now we might batter in with the Reflector Mage. Or perhaps not. Let's have a chat about Double Drog Skull Captain, because this is a hell of a play.
They are both 3/3 flying hexproof.
Yep.
And giving hexproof to...
everything else.
+2/+2 hexproof, double hexproof, which doesn't do much more than single hexproof.
Yeah. You can't punch through the first layer to reach the second. Now, Ruiz-Diaz has drawn a Meddling Mage. That is not a great rip at this late stage of the game. Although, Mengucci, I think, his card in hand is Path to Exile. So, I wonder what that other Meddling Mage is naming. Almost certainly that, you would think, right? Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, he would have played that Hallowed Fountain on tap. Unclaimed territory now for Ruiz Diaz.
Why do you have played the?
Because he keeps the. I guess he's got the Noble Hierarch as
he-
well. Yeah, sure. All right. So in hand for Mengucci, Horizon Canopy almost cycled away almost immediately there, and a fresh one off the top of the Italian.
Okay, in Miguel's sideboard, there's one card that wrecks spirits.
What's that? Oh, I can see it.
Riders of Gavony.
Riders of Gavoni. Yes, indeed.
Gavoni?
No, it's definitely Gavoni.
Yeah.
And another triple drog skull captain. Now they're 5/5s. Whew.
It's gonna be one swing is gonna be enough.
Yeah. This is huge. That Supreme Phantom is also massive. Was it a 4/6?
+3/+3.
Yeah.
4/6.
And Gucci getting busy. Time to get some lunch. Bit of Mengucci cuisine now on the menu here. As he offers Ruiz Diaz a shoulder massage for 5.
And he's pretty safe on 14 life as well.
Aether Vial. Down comes another Meddling Mage. And also all the option to put in a Phantasmal Image here. Goes for Meddling Mage instead. It's going to give the Lieutenant another counter. And back to Ruiz Diaz, who is certainly in a very challenging position. Mengucci on 14, a lethal Air Force assembled, of course, with those Drog Skull captains and the Supreme Phantom. Not a lot he can do here, I would say. This one's just about over, Raf.
About, yeah. The only cards that can actually do something this situation are in his sideboard.
And Reflector Mage just can't target anything apart from the other Reflector Mage, which can then just be put straight back into play. So it's just, yeah. It's a nightmare here for Ruiz Diaz.
Even Riders of Gavony would not actually do anything here.
Because he's got no flyers, right?
Huh?
Because he's got no flyers.
He doesn't have lethal on the board, and Andrea actually has a human to block.
Yeah, with the...
so Riders would actually
Mage.
give all the team protection from spirits.
Yeah. And it still wouldn't be enough. Here's another Reflector Mage now. Excuse me, another Phantasmal Image. Going to copy the Thalia's Lieutenant.
Yeah, but then he's dead to the flyers, so...
Put counters on the team.
That's...
Hey, maybe Mengucci misses the attack.
Come on.
Well, there's always Rule 104.3A in the MTR, is it? Or the IPG? No, not the IPG. Just the general rules, whatever it is.
Or maybe his computer runs out of battery.
Yeah, maybe his computer ran out of battery, disconnects from Magic Arena, yeah. Yeah, who knows? Do you know what Rule 104.3A is?
Tell me.
You may concede the game at any time.
Okay.
There was a guy walking around the GP with it on a shirt, which I thought was so good. Just so good, right? Just incepting the idea into your opponent's mind. It's great. The comprehensive rules, that's what I'm looking for, not the IPG. That's the infraction procedure guideline. Excuse me.
It's hard to say.
Infraction procedure guideline.
Well, what if I attack with all my flyers?
Just enough to get you here. Nope.
If you have Mantis Rider, you're still dead.
And they come.
You're dead, and then you die.
Here they come. And a big attack across is enough for Miguel Ruiz Diaz to pack up the cards. And Andrea Mengucci, after a convoluted game, ultimately gets across the line. Only drew one land in the first 4 turns of the game. Didn't need anything else. Just Aether Vial, man.
Yeah, well...
Aether Vial, Noble Hierarch.
They cannot replace the lands in the deck, so...
Yeah, they really do. Yep, an impressive show of dominance there from the Italian Stallion. And we move now to the sideboard games where cards like Riders of Gavony are going to be brought to bear.
I think it's only 21 lands and 3 Aether Vials.
Trimming those land counts to take advantage of the powerful little artifact there. Let's move over now to Marcio Carvalho on Hardened Scales. Gonzalo Serrano Molinero on White-Blue Control. Stony Silence on the battlefield. That's going to make things difficult for Carvalho. Not only does it prevent things like Walking Ballista from being pumped up, it also even just turns that Darksteel Citadel into an indestructible ham sandwich here. Although the Inkmoth Nexi, if you will, can still get some work done.
And there's no poison counter?
Doesn't look like there's any infect damage that's been done so far. No.
Wow. He's not worried about anything.
No.
He doesn't have his 5th land. He's not looking for it.
Path to Exile, Opt, Terminus, Snapcaster Mage in hand here for Serrano Molinero. So yeah, he's living life on Easy Street. His current address is number 1, Easy Street. Maybe not number 1. Maybe next door.
Yeah,
It could still go wrong.
Your neighbors are.
The neighbours on Easy Street. No, what am I talking about? The neighbours on Easy Street are great. Everyone living on Easy Street is just...
Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone is.
What do you mean? It's great.
Yeah.
It's literally Easy Street. There's no problems. You've got great neighbours, very respectful, you know. Go and get a cup of sugar off them any time. They always turn the noise up, turn their speakers off at 10 p.m. It's great. So when they come, Field of Ruin on the Inkmoth Nexus, that's going to provoke a response.
Oh, yep.
And a Path to Exile as well. While you're at it, get rid of that Walking Ballista.
So that he made the effect of Field of Ruins fizzle by sacrificing his own Nexus.
Oh, sure.
That means Gonzalo is not able to find his 4th land that I think he was kind of hoping to get.
That's very true. I mean, one of the reasons that Field of Ruin is so good in this white-blue deck is that it prevents you from running out of lands, right? You're able to continue to develop your mana, which is so important as a control deck. As it happens, he finds a... what is that? Oh, Flooded Strand. Sorry, promo Flooded Strand there. Finds the 4th land. But yeah, a good move there from Carvalho.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, triggering the... destroying the Nexus here was probably not...
It was a little loose.
Yeah.
It was a little loose.
Well, maybe he didn't see that interaction, which is very possible.
Shove with everything, says Carvalho. That's going to provoke an Opt. Let's see if we can find a Terminus on top. One time. Terminus in hand. Ooh. Serrano Molinero having a think about this one. Going to add it to the hand by the look of things.
He actually needs, lands.
Mm-mm.
He's going very low on life, so... He has a Snapcaster. Does he have a Snapcaster Mage? He could play the Snapcaster...
Got a snap, yep.
Into Pass to Exile and get rid of 2 attackers.
Mm-hmm.
Block the Worker, Path Thopter, and then he will have to face just 2/2 Thopter and a Nexus, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, so this exact line is drawn up, as you said. And let's see if Carvalho has another basic to search for. Looks like yes, indeed he does. Another forest here, you'd think. There it is. And now blocking the Arcbound Worker, going to put that 1/1 counter onto the Thopter after damage. So, Serrano Molinero picks up 1 poison and is knocked down to 7 thanks to the Thopter getting across.
Okay, the card opted was a
Cryptic Command.
Cryptic Command.
Yeah. The textless version of Cryptic Command. One of the least appropriate textless cards, I think. Chains of Mephistopheles, probably another one. Although, actually, no, that doesn't matter if it's textless or has text on it. No one understands what it does, regardless of what's written on it.
If Ice Cauldron was
Yep.
textless,
that
that would even be
that'd
worse.
cause some problems, for sure. Yep. And another Inkmoth Nexus here for the Portuguese player. Let's move back now to Serrano Molinero, see what he's got cooking this time around. Oh, a Cryptic Command off the top, but that was... The way that he drew that card didn't give him a lot of time to respond with the Terminus. An attack with the Snapcaster Mage, of course. And now this Thopter can start getting busy.
So I believe
I mean, you just bounce it, right?
he's not going to draw off it. He has to be careful with the Friction Core, because if the targeted line of the Cryptic Command fizzles, then the rest of the spell
is countered,
is countered
by the game.
So if he wants to, for example, bounce and tap all creatures...
Hang on 1 second here. Why isn't that Snapcaster Mage dead from blocking the Arcbound Worker?
Because he sacrificed it to...
He did sacrifice it to
before damage.
To gain life. All right, okay. All right.
And to pump the other Thopter.
That makes... Oh, yeah, to get an extra point of damage in. Okay, all right. So here's a huge Walking Ballista, and I love the way that Carvalho is just completely ignoring this Stony Sounds like, yeah, nice card. Nice card, mate. But a Baneslayer Angel here for Serrano Molinero. That's going to turn things around, you would think.
So he let Gonzalo draw. He could have sacrificed it and denied a draw, but he wanted a bigger Ballista.
Yep, and it looks like now a
1-1
Steel Overseer, 1-1 for 2. Not a great card, but Baneslayer Angel's going to start to turn the race here. Unless, man, Phyrexia's Core is working overtime here. What a card. Preventing the life gain here for Molinero. He's on 6. Carvalho has to contend with a single blocker, which can be easily shot away thanks to that walking ballista here.
No, if Marcio brought in enchantment removal, then that means he can destroy the Stone Silence and shoot with walking ballista. However, if there's enchantment removal, it might be Nature's Claim.
Yeah, which would
kinda
undo some of that work, yeah.
4 life and that.
So the walking ballista does blast down that Snapcaster Mage by just attacking straight into it as a 2-1. And now a Cryptic Command. And again...
he does have it.
He's got the Nature's Claim. All right. So, in response to the Cryptic Command...
Oh, wow. He's going to kill the... the Angel.
Yeah, right. And look at this. Wow, what a turnaround. Puts the walking ballista up to 5 counters, and now up to 6 thanks to the Steel Overseer. Get rid of them all. Oh, sorry, just 5. Get rid of that Baneslayer Angel in response to the Cryptic Command. Doesn't do anything. Don't draw a card. And Molinero, whew,
wow.
How did this happen? He needs to opt into a Terminus, and he needs to do it right now.
No, he's not. He's
got Teferi. All right.
No, but there's no pressure on the other side.
That's very true. I was trying to build tension and drama. Jace as well off the top now for Molinero. He's going to untap 2 lands.
Yeah, playing the Cryptic was a little... I don't know. Did he really need to play
I don't
the
think,
Cryptic?
It was just one of those things where, got a little trigger happy.
Yeah.
And was punished pretty severely for it. But with the Teferi online, shortly to be knocked down a peg here, as Teferi takes 3 down to 2. Back to Serrano Molinero, who is going to be able to deploy Jace. So, man, this one is poised on a knife's edge. Very difficult to say who's got the better of it here. Opt. So, now, the thing is now... now he can put the Terminus back on top with the Opt to activate it as well.
He has the extra mana to cast everything.
Yeah, so it's actually looking pretty good for Gonzalo Serrano Molinero here.
Going to put the two Terminuses.
Terminus, if you want to speak proper Latin.
And he can...
yeah, and if you're Carvalho, you just know. You just know that there's a Terminus coming here.
This is not that kind.
No. This is rough stuff here. So these creatures going at it. Here's an Opt. Not even going to scry. Reveal the top card. How lucky. So lucky. Yep. It's a Terminus, and Marcio Carvalho goes down, ultimately realizing he cannot beat Teferi and Jace online with no pressure. And that's the game of Magic. That's how it goes there. Carvalho losing in straight sets to Gonzalo Serrano Molinero. But the good news for him, Carvalho that is, Dominguez up a game, as is Andrea Mengucci. We're going to jump back over now to Andrea Mengucci on Spirits, up against Ruiz Diaz on Humans.
Anafenza.
The foremost.
Do I really
No, I'm just doing it to wind you up. It is Anafenza. I'm just doing it to wind you up.
I'm going to go home. I'm going to be like, no, I can't pronounce these guys. I don't know how to pronounce the names at all.
It's actually Anafenza, the 4 Emost.
The 4 Emost.
The 4 Emost. Yeah. She's a legendary creature. Champion of the parish now. In addition to these very powerful gold 3-drops from Khans of Tarkia. But a Spell Queller to remove the champion of the parish from contention.
And Afenza is just there for the pump, right? Is there any?
In this matchup, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think so. She's not a great combo with Mantis Rider because she shouldn't put any counters on it on Mantis Riders.
Right.
I guess the Abzan and the Jeskai aren't best of friends, so it does make sense. Spellqueller going to block this Reflector Mage here.
There's just
can block with impunity, of course, thanks to the Supreme Phantom.
That's the old school Mentor ability.
What's that?
Attacking and put counters on other creatures. And Afenza is pretty much mentoring the Reflector Mage here.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, she has a weird kind of, mentor alpha version.
Yeah, I think it's the goats.
It was the alpha build of mentor. Goats?
The goats and Afenza's goats. Oh, the picture.
Oh, at the front. Yeah, sure.
I don't know if they're goats or rams.
Yes, they're cloven-hoofed creatures of some kind, for sure. It's a weird choice to have your chariot drawn by them when you know... Horses, I would have thought. Much better.
Maybe you like their milk better.
That's true. Can shear them when you get cold.
Yeah. Makes better cheese.
Yeah? Yeah, horse cheese is not great. It's not great. Although you're French, so you're probably all over that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, delicious.
It's fantastic.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
I think goat cheese is the best.
Yeah, I agree. Feta cheese is very, very good.
So worship now.
Oh, hello! Look at this. So as long as Mengucci controls a creature, he can't be put below one life. And a militia bugler, a bugly boy. Gonna have a tootle on the horn. Maybe this is your favorite kind of cheese, Raph. No, you missed it.
I'm sorry.
You missed it.
The horn.
No, the cheese stands alone.
Oh, the cheese stand. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm checking Miguel's sideboard, and he does have 2 Knights of Autumn to get rid of
Of autumn.
Of autumn.
Yeah. Of hiver. No, that's spring.
The what?
What's spring? Is hiver.
Printemps.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah. Well, autumn is autumn.
Chevalier d'automne.
Chevalier d'automne, yeah.
Wait, what's hiver? Summer.
Winter.
Oh my goodness! I quit.
20.
I quit French.
So if there's a way to get rid of the...
I am pas de good at French. Pas de bien. Continue.
So if he has a way to get rid of the worship, it's 2 Knights of Autumn, and I don't know if he boarded them in.
Yeah.
He should know that that spirits have worship in the sideboard.
It's tricky. It's really tricky because ultimately, the Spirits deck is going to be able to keep a huge number of creatures on the battlefield, and when you can have nice defensive options like, a very embiggened Supreme Phantom, or Spell Queller with all of the +1/+1 effects flying around, it's going to be very difficult for Ruz Diaz to attack through it. Although, with multiple lieutenants, that's the best way to victory here. And there is a lieutenant. That's a great pick up here.
He went through 12 cards to find a knight, and he hasn't found it.
Reflector Mage now. Gets another counter thanks to Anafenza.
So Andrew is probably going down to
Just
1.
goes down to 1, right? Yeah. No point trying to line up any blocks here.
Yeah.
They're not going to be particularly profitable. And you see Worship on the screen. That is a horrific-looking 7th edition version rather than the original, which was printed in.
The first one?
Yeah.
In Urza Saga.
Urza Saga, that's exactly right. Well done.
Isn't Arca Post... I think it's actually here.
Arca Post?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this one was actually illustrated by Mark Zug, which I knew. I didn't have to read the card on the
the
screen.
Arca Post is actually here.
He's actually here.
the
Oh,
venue.
he is the definition of a GP grinder.
Yeah.
He's at every single GP there is.
I think his worship's the best, just because he's
Do you know what I really like? His night tokens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen his latest night token?
Is it you?
It's me. It's got me. Got me eating pizza,
wow.
mate.
That's...
Yeah.
It's a fantastic collected company. Double Drogsteel captain.
Yeah, that's just about the nuts there.
So now Adrian has 1 draw to find a knight.
Because this is a
knight or a burglar.
It's just a world of pain now here for Ruiz Diaz. What can he find off the top here? Needs something special. This worship is running rings around him, and he's not going to be able to get past it, and he doesn't do it. And with Javier Dominguez locking up his game 2 as well, Mengucci and Dominguez winning in straight sets and pushing themselves into day number 2, rattling off 5 wins in a row, just like that, from 1-2 to 6-2, and we'll see them in day number 2. As we bring it back to the booth, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Riley Knight, joined by Raphael Levy, and all good things come to an end, of course. It's my great sorrow to announce that this is the end of the line for today. But the good news, we'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. local time. Check your guides for details. We will have more modern, Team Unified Modern for your viewing pleasure. So, we'll see you then. Until then, my friends, stay safe. Have a good evening or afternoon or morning or whatever it is, wherever you are. And until then, we'll see you then. Riley Knight, Raphael Levy. Oh, my goodness. That was terrible. I'm sorry, mate. You're the best. You're wonderful. Bye, everyone. See you later. See you tomorrow.
Bye.